All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in Vietnam for Alliant Motorsports America's Division 3 pre-season testing. I do apologize for the little bit of technical issues. We are running, well, two streams this evening. This is the first time for that. And we are running an F2 over F2, the final F2 race in Russia over on our Twitch. And of course, also tonight we have our preseason testing for Division 3. We have 14 drivers currently. We'll have another one or two drivers joining up later on. And although we don't have a quite full grid tonight because several drivers are in their F2 cars for this evening's final run in the championship, we should have plenty of drivers here to make an exciting round here at Vietnam. In fact, probably most drivers are happy that it's not a full grid out tonight in this quite close and difficult track. So I am joined here in the booth by my good friend Ironhammer, who was in the booth with me last year. How are you doing this evening, Ironhammer? And how's Vietnam feel to you right now?
I'm doing great. It's been a long time since I've done commentating. About 4 months is it now? Since the end of season 2. But I'm glad to be back. Vietnam, I raced in it 2 days ago, I believe. And it's such a difficult track. So strenuous. With the tight, swift left and rights through the third sector. And even through the first sector with the... It's just such an odd track, and you're carrying such little speed through the corners, but you have to get the right angle for the exits. It's so weird, and it's really challenging as a driver. So,
Indeed.
you'll probably see. Go ahead.
Oh no. What are we gonna see?
I was gonna say you're probably gonna see a lot of collisions with just people over collisions with the wall.
And
I'd
we
say
just
more than
see a
collisions
collision with the
people.
wall. I'm on board here with little Connie, who does promptly hit himself into the wall. So go figure that. That what happened quite easily. And he's going to have to go back to the pits in short order. Let's go on board here with... Nope, Tom Hawk has undone his time as well, trying to find a driver who... Looks on board here with Grayless, who's getting his hot lap going. So yes, so far we've had two preseason testing races in Division 4 and Division 2 here at Vietnam. And the general consensus has been, I'm so glad this is not on the F1 calendar, and can we please never do this again? As little Connie's retired from session, he must have crashed. Let's see here. Yeah, he crashed in the S's. Trying to see if we can get on board with the driver who will, should be able to see his car. Yeah, there's his car in the middle of the track. He is absolutely cranked it into the wall. That is very unfortunate for him. But that can happen so easily. No time set for little Connie. I think he might have predicted that was going to happen, and in case he is a prophet. Back to what I was saying about the drivers is there's a reason why this was picked to be the preseason testing, because it really forces you to drive cleanly. Right? There's no room for dirty little shoves and stuff, so...
that's what happened to me in my Tuesday race. So
yes,
but hey, yeah, this is a track you really have to put the hours in to get decent at.
I agree with you there. As he looks like he brushes the wall just a bit, does Grayless. That's a 136. So second off of Country Life, who's in provisional pole, and so we'll see if anyone can speed up. I'm guessing these are mostly just banker laps here. The other thing you see on this track really is a lot of lockups, especially in this heavy hairpin in turn 11 and through these other sections of track, especially turns 2 and 3 where they're called the snail corners because you're braking really and also turning at the same time. So that is going to be a bit of fun to see all the smoke rise up. In fact, when I was commentating, as we see it right there by Allboy, is it makes you almost feel like there's a crash that's about to happen at every corner because of all the smoke going up. But it's just the fact that you lock up so often. There's Allboy. That's a 135 flat, and that's a great time to set on his first go-around, and he will be quite pleased with that. So, I'm sure many people recognize a few names here. All Boy, Country Life, T-Boy are all very familiar. SP as well. Venom, Toasty, Big Lovins, and Giants are all very familiar names from last season. Then, of course, we also have a few new names as Tomahawk. That's a 134.9, so these times are already tumbling. We're in the 134s already. And a lot of these drivers will have a lot. We're going to need to improve a great deal to challenge for the top of the grid. But as I was saying, some of the new names here would be Civiso, Little Connie, I believe, who maybe he reserved a few races, DMZ, Grayless, Campbell, and JCOM, and then, of course, Tomahawk are all new full-time drivers on the grid for this third season of Alliant Motorsports Americas. We're all very happy to have them, and we can't be more excited for the quality of racing that we're going to have over the next few months. I know you're in Division 2, Iron Hammer. You have, what are your thoughts on the quality of racing that we're going to see so far this season? You think it's going to be pretty tight?
It's constantly getting better. As we get more and more talented drivers coming in, I'll probably be dropping farther down the divisions.
Don't say that.
No, I think we'll see some great racing. Our quality of racing greatly improved from season 1 with the introduction of time trial testing and applications. So I should expect the same, if not even better results this season.
I agree with you there. And we have 4 divisions. Division 1, Sundays at 8:30 Eastern. And then Division 4 after dark. This will be the first time that we do this in Alliant Motorsports Americas. But we will be having a race time of 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's the latest we've ever gone. And that should help out some drivers who like our night owls or live on the West Coast. And then we have Tuesdays is Division 2 at 8:30 Eastern Time. And, of course, Thursdays at 8:30 Eastern Time, we have Division 3 as Civiso. So that's a 134.9. That is a very good time. Provisional pole. Lights up his track all purple. And the only driver left to set a hot lap is Giant, so we'll go on board with him. But as I was saying, really, there are many opportunities. As looks like purple. Giant sets purple, so he has a great time if he can get this tricky little S section correct. It's so difficult. It's like Japan, except the consequences for messing up are imminent death. And it's actually very interesting here because, obviously, Vietnam has been on the calendar this year and next year, but it looks like it might be pulled from the actual F1 calendar. So we could have a track in-game that we've been racing on for probably a year now that actually never sees an actual F1 car. That would be really something else, but just goes to show the times we're living in. As Giants, it's a 136 flat, good for P8. Not too bad overall. Let's see if we can find another driver here out on a hot lap. Looks like most people are heading to the pits. SP's up a bit on this time. We'll go on board with him. I agree. Low 134s should be possible. Of course, I'd love to see in chat if people think when we'll get a safety car. We got a VS. I'm trying to think when we got a VSC in Division 4. Can't quite remember, unfortunately. As actually SP does pit, so everyone is in the pits right now.
I can pretty much guarantee at least one safety car through the entirety of this race. That's a given. It's either going to be lap 1 or lap 5. I'm going to say someone's going to get a little too greedy into one corner and just bin the other guy into the wall. But that's how racing goes.
Looking to see on who's on outlap. It looks like Country Life is the driver to be on board with. We'll go on board with him through a lap here of the Vietnamese Grand Prix. And you have to hug that inside wall as you round the corner to carry as much speed as possible. Down this DRS start-finish straight, even though you really can't overtake on it. Late on the brakes, trying to cut that curb. Don't want to go deep. If you go deep into turn 1, it really completely screws up your entire lap. trying to carry as much speed as you can through here. Very tricky little section of track. A long, long right-hander followed by a left-hander. And then you want to get on the accelerator as quickly as possible. He is not... his engine sounds a bit low, but he does have his ERS on. Again, you want to cut a bunch of curb, carry as much speed through here. Almost just not on the accelerator, but carrying as much speed as you can through here. Then it's all about getting on the accelerator as quickly as possible without spinning out your car, cutting that corner, and then carrying all the speed that you can down probably one of the longest, technically, well, it's flat out, but it's not really a straight. You still have a turn here, turn 10, as he goes around it. The DRS opens up, and you're all the way down into this very, very tight hairpin. This is where you'll see a lot of overtaking opportunities. Easy to go deep. You won't want to do that. It's a very sharp corner. You want to be careful if you get on the curbs there on the outside of the exit. That can spin your car. And then again, you want to be flat out through here. He sets a purple, very good time. Want to carry the corner. Don't want to go deep because you have that concrete barrier. And it's all about nailing this tight S section, cutting the curb. He could be a bit tighter to the walls here. Trying to get on the power as early as possible. Don't want to go deep here, otherwise that will compromise this. The pit exit entrance is just on the left. Then these last two corners, you want to brake a little bit early for the penultimate corner. And it's all about just a light application of the brake and then getting on the power, not hitting either of the inside or the outside. And that's a 134.7. Very well done by Country Life. And the two McLarens right now are near the top of the grid. Of course, these aren't their assigned vehicles for the season. This is preseason testing, so they are all in whatever they chose.
They're all in the young driver test.
Exactly.
With Fernando Alonso.
That's right. Exactly. Looking to see here who else. Let's see here. Allboy. Let's see. I don't know if he's Grayless looks to be the better driver to keep an eye out on for the moment. As Campbell says a 136 flat. Not sure why it says a fastest lap there. Maybe for him it was, but definitely not for the rest of the grid. But it should be good. We have 12 races this season, starting, well, in next week. So not next week, 2 weeks from now. The 31st will be the first Sunday that we were racing on. So the next the Thursday of that week will be the first Division 3 race. And we will have a few bye weeks throughout the season with Easter, Valentine's Day, and other things going on. Trying to give our drivers some breathing space, but the season will run all the way down through the start of June. Oh, you're right. It's a good point. It's been there since the start of June. The season will go to the start of June, and that will allow us to decide whether we want to move on to the new F1 2021 game or stay with this game. We'll see how it goes or what the new game is like. Maybe what new
I believe
new tracks.
EA bought the game, correct?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's. I don't think that happened soon enough to really affect the development of this upcoming game. So
they'll change. They'll change it if they can get their hands on it.
The other, yeah, that's well, hopefully for the better, but you never know these days. Let's go up on board here with Saviso. Oh, Saviso disqualified his time. Tom Hawk didn't. Let's go on board with him. Something new that we're doing this season is that every division will be racing on a different track each week. So we did that to hopefully provide some extra variation to you viewers. So you want to tune into every race this season because everyone will be driving on a different track each week. And we'll be as Tom Hack actually speeds in the pit lane. Looks like he probably just picked up a warning for that, but he needs to be careful. As T-Boy is slowing down, I hope his engine didn't fail. And we'll go on board here with Big Lovins for the moment. So we're going to be, with this Vietnam preseason testing, we're going to be covering 21 of the 22 22 tracks. I think that number's correct. The only one we're not racing in is Monaco, for rather obvious reasons. But we're even hitting Azerbaijan, so we're going to be traveling all around this world this season. And for our viewers who might be interested, we just opened up today the Open Division 5 for really anyone within the Alliant Motorsports Americas to race in. It's first come, first serve. We have full races every Wednesday and 5 lappers every Friday night. So make sure, if you're interested, looking for a group of guys or a group of people to race with, in a week. Go ahead and check that out. Join the America server and find the open division. Easy sign up, get your roles, and race with Alliant Motorsports. They're going to Monaco, actually. Division 5 will go to Monaco. So, if you want a nightmare scenario, sign up. If you hate yourself, sign up. If you love broken carbon fiber. I'm trying to find someone on the hot lap right now, and so far, no luck.
I believe Campbell is finishing up his lap here. He's going through the S's.
I'm on board with him now, but he doesn't have his ERS on, so he get pits. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there he goes into the pits.
What about Toasty here? Nope, he doesn't. Not going flat out either. DMZ retires. We have only a minute left. Country Life looks like he's trying to get to the line. He should be able to with only 50 seconds left. Saviso retires. Let's stay here with Country Life to see if he can get his hot lap in. I think he will just make it across the line in time. Do let us know in chat if the commentator audio isn't level. I can adjust that here in a bit.
Oh, he clouts the wall.
Does he? It looks like he still has his end plates, though. So he's all systems go as he enters turn 1. And this is so tricky. It's so easy to completely ruin your lap. The pit exit here is also very, very tricky. You see him struggling with the car, trying to carry speed through there, but while you're turning and accelerating, it's so easy to lose the rear, so you want a short shift to cut the torque on those rear wheels into this first roundabout for all intents and purposes. See if he can get that exit done. We have a great camera view there from up high. And then we see him dart down in the papaya and blue. I love those colors. Hopefully the new Alpine F1 team has good colors, like the McLaren does. His DRS opens up. And we'll see if he locks up into the hairpin of turn 11. No, he does not. Keeps it clean. And we'll see if he's up on his Sector 2 time. He is by just under a tenth. So it's purple. This could be close if he can nail this last sector. He just needs another tenth to get provision or get the pole, actually. Oh boy, retired. But goes a bit wide. That's not good. We'll see if he abandons his lap here. No, he's going to stick it out. I don't know. That didn't look very good. Not very... Yeah, not really very good on that last sector. Let's go on board with Tom Hawk, who will try to improve. Doesn't seem to be setting any blistering time, though, unless he can catch it all up here. Locking up. Fighting his car. Oh, cuts that beautifully. And will cross the line, and we'll see where he finished. I didn't quite see where he was. Nope, he stays P6. So that is what it is. And that is the end of qualifying for Vietnam. Let's take a quick look. Oh boy, gets pole position. Well done by 0.2 of a second. But behind that, it is a true battle between Grayless, Country Life, DMZ, and Civiso, and Tom Hawk. Toasty, Giants, JCOM, T-Boy, all will start on the soft tires. Meanwhile, Big Lovins, Venom, Campbell, SP, and Lil Connie will have their free shorts of tire. Lil Connie, of course, didn't set a time. He crashed out in his first hot lap. So that will be the starting grid. Remember, some of these times aren't as amazing as you might see normally because these guys haven't had the opportunity to practice for Vietnam as much as they would for a normal league race, but I'm sure they can provide us plenty of great action for the preseason test of Alliant Motorsports Division 3 is coming up next. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in one moment. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Vietnam. We are here in Hanoi for the Division 3 of Alliant Motorsports America's pre-season testing. I'm excited. We have 15 drivers on the grid. Let's take a quick look at this track. 5.6 kilometers, just under 3.5 miles, 23 turns, 3 DRS zones, so plenty of overtaking opportunities, but it's a very tight circuit. Easy to ruin your front wing. Very strange layout, but hopefully we'll have some exciting racing this evening. We are now on the formation lap. Let's take a quick look to see what tire compounds our drivers have gone for. Looks like the top 10, of course, on the tires that they qualified on. 2 mediums, 2 hards for Venom and Little Connie, and Campbell in 13th will start on the softs as well. So this could be interesting. I think a medium and hard is the best tire strategy for these 28 laps. However, Iron Hammer, is that right, or what are these drivers expecting to see? Are you expecting to see from these drivers who start on the soft tire?
I believe they're committing to a 2-stop with the soft tire. I don't think it's possible to go soft hard or even soft medium, so we're going to see at least 2 pit stops depending on the safety car situation. And I think the soft tire is the best tire to start on, actually, because you'll lose the least amount of time if you crash into a wall in the beginning or get involved in an incident. So
I see. So 2-stop is good.
I made the mistake of starting on mediums, and I hit the wall, and I had to go straight to hards, and I would have had to stop again. So
there you have it. That's a great bit of advice from a veteran driver. If you're racing in Vietnam, go ahead and plan for a 2-stop strategy because you're going to need a new front wing at some point anyway.
At some point, you're going to run into the wall and have to stop again.
We'll see how it goes. Thomas is saying that you can do a soft medium with 60% wear. I'm sure if a safety car comes out, that will help as well. So we'll see what all we see. I don't know if there's a way to get rid of that fastest lap from Campbell on the bottom left. I feel like there is, but I don't remember how to do it. If anyone knows, let me know in chat, and I'll try to get rid of it. Slightly annoying. But overall, we should be about to start up on the grid. Everyone made it through the formation lap okay, it seems. No one crashed out. And the Vietnamese Grand Prix is just about to start. All right. It's a brave steward out there on track, trying to figure out what's going on, as it looks like we have our final driver on the track. And now we are about to race. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights. 5 lights are on when they go off, which they do. We are racing here in Vietnam. Very good start by the front runners. Allboy gets in there along with Grayless, who slots in behind. We have all kinds of action coming into turn 1. A little bumping up and down. The McLarens squeeze each other. However, Country Life gets ahead of him. It looks like Toasty with his side-by-side with Saviso, his teammate in the Mercedes, who's falling back just a bit. They're still battling it out through the curbs. But it looks like everyone is so far clean through here. Saviso, go on board with him, is really trying to take it to his teammate already, even though they're technically not teammates, of course. This is just preseason testing. They all want to show what they've got. Meanwhile, the Haas of JCOM is right behind, and they're squeezing each other just a bit wide, and that will allow JCOM through the inside. Great little overtake. Big Levins will get through on well if they can keep clear of the hard concrete walls around. And now they're all going to stream down this long start-finish straight. Let's go back on board with Saviso, who really doesn't have overtake button on, but he's right on the back of JCOM, and that toe will help him out. A little weaving back and forth, trying to see if he can have a move. Will he try to dive up the inside in the braking zone? No, he will not. They'll all keep it clean for now, which is good to see. And nose to tail, the F1 Centipede will wind their way around turn 11 and 12. Back through the S's. But wow, Saviso inside line, a little bit of a touch with JCOM, but they both make the corner just well. This is going to be exciting racing here for the foreseeable few laps if they can keep it clean. It's so hard to follow through these yeses, and JCOM is falling back due to the dirty air, but so far great racing by those 2 drivers. Country Life, well, he's staying in P3. Grayless putting the pressure onto Allboy. DRS is yet to be enabled, and that should be enabled, well, this lap actually. We are already on lap 3, and this is going to be very, very tight as he really breaks the very, very latest right on the back of Allboy, and this could be interesting at what he's able to do. Looking back.
Yeah. DRS is enabled, so he's going to have a chance here through the main straight.
He should, but he's a bit too far back. Didn't get his exit correctly. hopefully the timing boards will reset so I know what's going on. We'll go back on board here, see what action we have further back. Not close enough is Giants. However, T-Boy might be looking a bit to the inside. He has those softs, the front or ahead. Meanwhile, Big Lovins and Giants are all battling it out in front as well. See what's going on there. Is it Lil Connie trying to sneak it up the inside? And I think he does. Looks like the Haas got a bit of a touch there by SP. And we'll see if SP can fight back. Campbell was able to sneak through the inside. And that put SP at disadvantage. However, we'll have a tow. Andy has his ERS button on. Even though he's about to spend it all up, he'll have the inside line. Has the medium tires. How will this end? Will he squeeze him? Oh, everyone locks up right on the back of the Red Bull, and he slices off the Haas. Very well done there by the racing driver in the racing point, and he is up a position. Quite intense racing, actually. Wait, is that Lil Con? Why am the Lil Connie?
SP hit him right in the rear, so SP's lost his end plate, and Little Connie got shoved off the racing line, which allowed
nope, SP.
Campbell by. SP's gonna have to pit, like I said.
And Toasty pits as well. Toasty pits as well. Meanwhile, Country Life is, well, taking a bit of a cross-country trek across the curbs as Grayless doesn't leave him any room. And he'll still behind there within DRS, however. Yeah, I do think it is just lap 3 now. My apologies. The timer on the left-hand side got messed up. But this battle up from P1 to P4 is very, very tight. This should be interesting. Meanwhile, let's go back on board with T-Boy, who has the soft tire advantage. We'll send it up the inside of his, well, Big Lovins in the Alfa Romeo, who has the inside line. We'll see if he gives him a little bit of a squeeze. No, he does not. Gives him plenty of room, but he will fall prey. Already gaining on the Alfa Romeo, even before the DRS straight pulls out. And now he's just hoping for the DRS assistance to get him past. And it will come, and he does get past quite easily. Very easy overtake. Meanwhile, Venom looks to think about it up the inside, but not quite close enough, and he'll slot in behind Big Lovins for the moment. So far, good racing. Toasty and SP had the pit a bit early. We'll see if they go to the hards. Let's see what tire they chose for. They are, well, one went medium, one went soft, so definitely going 2 stops, I believe. So that could be interesting. Overall, this could be a bit of interesting action. Let's go on board here with Tomahawk TV. Yeah, it's still a close battle. You have 8 cars in sight down the start-finish straight. That's more than you see in most actual F1 events. So that's good, exciting news. But these top 4 are separated by, well, Grayless is almost out of the second from Owlboy, who is driving the socks off of his car. But Country Life is within the half second.
Owlboy is definitely using it a lot of ERS right now. He's all the way down to 40%, whereas Grayless is just sitting pretty with 90%. So
he's biding his time using that DRS. However, it looks like Grayless might have an issue here. Nope, he figured it out. He seemed to have gone a bit wide, but didn't seem to affect him at all. Country Life wasn't able to take advantage of that at all. And, well, they're just a DRS train. But Owlboy, wow, he opened it up to a second. So if he can maintain that by the next DRS straight, he'll be in great position, and Grayless won't be, as there's a bit of a touch there by Country Life. Just missed his braking point. Thankfully, Grayless was able to maintain control of his car, not spin around, and he'll stay in P2. So that was a close encounter.
This is great for Owlboy. He's going to get away so much with all this fighting. He's going to get a 2-second gap here by the end of this lap if Country Life keeps pressure here.
He gained half a second just in that one corner from that little incident. It just goes to show Palm Hawk, meanwhile, is right on the tail of Country. But once again, once he's behind Grayless, it's going to be hard to overtake him. And he goes wide, actually, and that's going to hurt Tomahawk severely. I don't know if the dirty air pushed him out wide, but he lost half a second in that one corner. Just goes to show how one little mistake can really hurt your race. Looks like Giants is right behind Jaycom. Let's mosey on down there. See if an overtake can be done. He's right on the tail with the next DRS straight. there to help him out. You see him locking up. They need to really cut a bit more curb there, in my opinion. Seems to be a bit hesitant riding that curb. But we'll have the DRS, not even using ERS, but he's really coming along. JCOM forcing him to the outside line, hoping to defend the inside line, which it looks like he will be able to do. Well done by JCOM. Decisive early move, forcing the Williams the long way around, and he couldn't get it done. But there's one more DRS straight to defend on, so let's keep an eye out here. A little bit of carbon fiber on the track, it looks like. Someone must have scraped the wall. JCOM, will he be able to defend? It would be hard to do so. He takes the inside line again early, but Giants is able to fly by for now. And JCOM looks like he might have to tuck in behind. Yes, he will, as T-Boy is looking to maybe get past this duo of cars in front.
I believe it is the move there to let them pass on that first DRS straight, because then you can come straight back at them, because the DRS detection point is right around that that horseshoe. So if I'm a driver, I want to let them pass right there and just get the easy overtake again on the main straight.
We saw that a lot in the Division 4 race Sunday night. That was a great battle between two drivers. Blanking on their names, unfortunately, at the exact moment. But that's exactly what happened. As Tomahawk pits, it looks like. So lap 6 was enough for his soft tires. He'll get rid of them and go into the box. Meanwhile, Country Life can't get past Grayless. But as he was saying, several times, they would let him pass right here in this corner. Or pretend to go wide. Not this corner. I'll tell you right here. It will pretend to go wide right here in this left-hander. Let the other guy through the inside, and then he'll just breeze past him on the long DRS straight. So the location of the detection point isn't really, I mean, it's fun, but it isn't helpful, I guess. It's not useful for most intensive purposes.
It makes that first straight just completely useless.
As, well, Grayless doesn't even try to defend the inside line, and Country Life is able to squeeze over right before the braking point. That's a bit of a close move.
Oh, and Grayless just lost his end plate.
Really?
Yeah, that's why he was losing so much time to Owlboy. He's going to have to pit here, where he's going to be falling down the order.
He will, as it looks like JCOM and Owlboy, well, I don't know, no, sorry, T-Boy. I don't know if T-Boy had a problem or what happened there. But he's still in P8. I think he tried to overtake JCOM with little success, as Grayless does pit. And so he will get a new wing and new tires. Meanwhile, Campbell's Soup in the Haas is right behind Venom. Let's see if he can get a move, as Venom goes quite wide, and he has hard tires on. So compound differential should provide the extra bit of speed and grip that Campbell needs.
If he's trying to attract a new sponsor for the Haas team. Campbell Soup.
That's a great point.
Some entrepreneurship right there.
That's right.
Yourself you
gotta get creative if you're Haas. I mean, if the best you can get is a unknown energy drink, then, which by the way, if you're an unknown energy drink, please sponsor. I don't know how many energy drinks there are in the world. I feel like it's far more than we realize. Really is something else. I'm not a fan of energy drinks myself. I drink one if I'm on a long road trip, but beyond that, never really was into them. As JCOM actually is right behind T-Boy. We should see an overtake right now down this long straight. And he'll have the inside line as they breeze past the camera into the braking zone. And easy does it. Easy peasy pumpkin squeezy, as they say. And big lovin's. Well, he was hoping for an incident ahead so he could get an extra free 2 spots. That's kind of how the play is around here. You hope the two guys battling ahead will take each other out, and you can sneak past without incident. And I'm sure Big Levins wouldn't mind that at all right now. About now.
And Country Life is pitted, so Owlboys, I guess they're going for the undercut here, trying to get a second gap or closing it to Owlboy so they can get close enough as soon as Owlboy pits to overtake him. So we'll see when Owlboy pits.
Could be interesting. We're only on lap 8. Feels like we've had enough action for the entirety of a race. However, that is not the case. And this little train is now up into P4. Smoke rising up from the streets of Hanoi. And, well, T-Boy is right on the back of JCOM. Will he make a move? I think he'll try to. Well alongside into the braking zone. Has the outside, however. I don't think he'll fight this too hard. He just wants to get a good exit here. Going wide, turning in a bit earlier. You can already see that he has the pace. Already matching speed with the Haas. Even before really they get 100 yards out of that corner. And side by side has the inside line already. It's actually kind of scary going side by side through here because though there is room, you feel so claustrophobic and tight with the concrete barriers all around.
I've hit that concrete barrier a couple times just because I'll be minding my own business in time trial. Then all of a sudden I'll just smack it because it comes at you out of nowhere. That slight kink to the right, so it's definitely an uneasy situation.
There's all kinds of close battles in Saviso and DMZ pit. Country Life is trying to get past Venom with Campbell Soup adding to the pressure behind in P9. These drivers newly pitting. Let's see what they have on right now. I guess Campbell does have old softs. He pitted in lap 2, it looks like. So, we'll see what all happens here. I'm trying to... I guess Allboy hasn't pitted yet still, and T-Boy's only 16 seconds back, so very, very interesting. They will want to pit
T-Boy hasn't pitted yet either. So.
I think Allboy staying out has really hurt him because... I don't know, it might be close. It looks like he's... Looks like he's now... If he pits now, he won't be in first place anymore.
Yeah, I believe so. I think Country Life may undercut him here if he can get past Venom and start closing up the gap. But yeah, I think how long is the pit for Vietnam? I believe it's like 22 seconds.
Yeah, 22 seconds.
So yeah, it's going to be really, really close. And Country Life is going to breeze past
I don't know.
Venom here.
Yeah, I think he will. Venom held him up for a while, much to the joy of Alboy, his fellow Honda-powered car, but the McLaren will get past.
I felt like Venom might have taken I thought he was going to outbrake himself there, scaring me, staying on the inside line, going into the corner.
Yeah. Sometimes I like just being in different lines, just so if I go a little bit deep, I don't crash into somebody. Plus, you lose that front downforce and extend your braking distance if you are right behind someone. Meanwhile, Saviso is right behind Little Connie now. And of course, Mercedes is maintaining that black livery next year as well. As it could be a bold move here by Saviso up the inside. Little Connie tries to switch back, but Saviso's wise enough to hold the car just for a split second on the apex. That's a very nice move there by Saviso on Little Connie.
Very unlikely overtaking place.
It is. But well done. We'll have to defend, though, in this next DRS straight. I think Little Connie... Well, Little Connie has the hards. That might explain a good deal. Those mediums... Actually, they're both... No. The one lap hold mediums have the advantage. However, DRS is a huge help. He gave him a little bit of a scare, but didn't commit. He knew he didn't have the... Oh, a bit of a bump, too. Hopefully his front wing's okay. Tried to switch back. It looks like it'd be Little Connie's favorite move, but the switchback isn't quite happening for him right now. And Tom Hawk, well, he's hoping for some switch of his positions himself.
All right. Country Life just made it past his next main obstacle, so now he has 3 seconds of free air to make up time to Owlboy. And so the gap is right below 19 seconds, like 18 and a half seconds right now, if my math is correct. This is some great strategy by Country Life.
It is. As long as those medium tires will hold on till the end of the race. I think Allboy was worried about that and is hanging on for those few extra laps. Very interesting here. There's a long train behind Campbell. Saviso, Lil Connie, Tomahawk, DMZ. Now Giants is joining the party as well. Everyone is caught up behind the Haas as, well, it looks like he loses his end plate, which got momentarily caught in the front wing of Saviso. That was a bit of fun. And, man, well, thankfully Campbell is going to have to pit anyway. Let's take a look at Campbell. Nope, Campbell's end plate's okay. So I'm not sure what I saw there. Meanwhile, Saviso is going to get a move done, I would imagine. Up the inside he goes. Very little resistance put up by Campbell Soup, and that move is done. Meanwhile, Tomahawk, oh, a bit of contact there between Lil Connie and Giants. This could be interesting, 3 wide. How this all ends up, be careful, boys. Both Williams side by side as well. Giants was in there. That was a bit of intenseness. No, I don't think that's a word. It was very intense. Lil Connie manages, although bumped out of the way initially, fights back, gets those positions. We'll see how hard he fights this braking. Tries to squeeze. Meanwhile, Williams tries to sneak it up the inside. Oh, this could be almost disastrous. Both cars go very, very wide. And he ends up allowing, really, Giants to sneak through there. So, Tomahawk insisted on having an inside line there, although Lil Connie tried his best not to give it to him. Did well to avoid an accident, but that could have been very, very bad. Lil Connie, unfortunate to lose out there after a good bit of driving. Great double overtake there in the corner before. But just goes to show that DRS straight, the detection point, really can hurt you.
All right, so Owlboy just pitted onto the mediums.
Oh,
so
boy.
We'll see how far the gap is between Country Life and Owlboy. Looks to be around 4 seconds.
So I don't know if there's 4 seconds more speed in those three laps newer tires or not. It doesn't seem likely to me.
If you think about it, Country Life made up 7 seconds with that undercut.
That's impressive.
Because he was around 3 seconds behind, so definitely put the laps in that he needed to. But
those old
we'll see what
softs
happens.
Are tough. Meanwhile, Venom and Saviso are having a good little scrap here. Saviso getting past the Red Bull, but Venom trying to repay the favor. Doesn't look like he'll be able to do so with those 11 lap-old hards. But he's happy where he is, I'm guessing, right now. He'll pit here in a bit and have, well, he'll drop down a good ways. We'll see where he ends up. So we'll see how that results for Venom. Bit of alternative strategy. Never know quite how that turns out. Looks like Tomahawk got a time penalty there at some point. I know maybe for his collisions.
I believe it was for his collisions, so but he'll probably serve it in the pit, so it shouldn't affect him too much.
I don't think he's going to pit Tomahawk. He's 5 lap-old hards. I think he's planning on making those last to the end. As SP now picks up a time penalty as well. Both Toasty and SP are well down the order at the moment. They must not be having fun here in Vietnam. Meanwhile, DMZ have not really spoke his name very much. And now he is on the back of Venom. Will he make a move into turn 1? Yes, he does. Just a bit later on the brakes. Red Bull tries to hang it around the outside, which becomes the inside. Will he be able to get that move done? So close, wheel to wheel. Great little racing. And the Red Bull is managing to fight back right now. And he'll have the DRS because he was behind in the detection point. Great battle there by Venom. Very impressive.
Putting his elbows out there.
Yes. Usually, most drivers would have let that go, but he hung around the inside as long as possible. Used that DRS advantage to get it done. However, he won't have that DRS help that DMZ will. And we'll see if he falls prey. DMZ clicks that overtake button. The big bar on his screen goes green, telling him to go, and he's already flying past, hugging that wall, and the Red Bull really wasn't have much shot to defend here, and the McLaren will get that move done. Meanwhile, T-Boy and Lil Connie are fighting it out. A little switchback. Lil Connie does get a switchback. He's been looking for that all night long, and he finally gets one to land, and nicely moved there by Lil Connie. Still in P8. Hanging to fight back. Was in P6 there. A little bit of bumping moted him down, and he don't think he wants to fall much further than he is right now.
All right, so I don't really want to put any commentators' curses on Country Life here, but he's been keeping the gap to Owlboy at 4 seconds. Oh, as Little Connie clouts the wall.
And he slows down a lot. Let's see here if he broke his front wing or not. Nope, looks like be okay.
Like.
He just lost a good bit of speed with that collision, and he drops one more place down the order. Looking to see here, it looks like both Williams are still behind Venom right now. And that's the closest battle on track at the moment.
So it's the Williams bulldozer going up the field.
Side by side, they go down the track and just push out anybody in the way.
Their car parts are so cheap, they're just like ramming their front wings into everyone.
Oh, my. Venom's doing quite well to defend. Will he have enough gap here? I don't think he will. Side by side.
Oh, he does.
Oh, he manages to break just a bit later with those hards. Very well done. Venom is impressing me right now. He does not mind giving it all he has. But keeping it clean so far, which is very good to see. And I think Giants and Tomahawk have to be quite frustrated at the moment. Struggling to get through the S's, however, it's really risky to try to overtake. So even if you make a mistake, as long as you get back on the racing line, you can slow down your opponents behind. And really not good lines being taken here by Giants, being a bit too impatient. If he took the right racing line, he would close that distance. But maybe he's fearing Tomahawk behind isn't going to be acting much like a teammate right now, and will try to get past. Could be interesting. And T-Boy now is looming into the rear as well. As now actually Tomahawk will give it a bit of a thought, trying to put his nose down the inside. We've seen a number of overtaking efforts down in that corner, a place you wouldn't really think overtakes would happen. But they're giving it a shot, which is good to see. And meanwhile, Giants, they just can't get a good exit out of these corners. Venom is getting great exits, opening up that gap in the traction zone. Although he loses it just a bit there. And that has allowed him to do quite well. Giants trying to cut that corner to start his acceleration, and looks like he has done so. And this should be a move. It could be interesting to see if Tomahawk, can they get a double overtake done here on the Red Bull? This could be interesting. I think they can. Venom is in a place he doesn't want to be. He's in a Williams sandwich. A squeezed side and front. And they almost bumped to the Williams, but I think Venom's getting pushed out as well by T-Boy, and that is a hefty price to pay by Venom. Very, very unfortunate. Got trapped by the Williams. That forced him to take the corner much slower than normally, trapped on the outside line. And that allowed T-Boy to sneak up the inside of the hairpin and get that move done. Very well done by T-Boy, taking advantage of the situation. But poor Venom, who, despite all his amazing driving, great efforts, and excellent defense, loses 3 positions in one corner.
Tough. But
It's tough.
This Williams roller coaster is just bowling its way through the midfield.
We have 12 laps to go still. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Gap is still hanging around the 3.8.
Up 3.5 now.
3.5.
Woohoo.
Sorry, Country Life.
We shall see. Good close racing so far, though. I like this camera angle on this entire hairpin, and you get to see a bit of the city. And it looks like a football stadium there. Interesting. Maybe it's their national stadium. That would make some sense. As T-Boy is right on the back of Tom Hawk. And I think he'll get a move done here if he can get his line right. Staking to the outside. I don't know if it will matter all that much, though. We'll see if Tom Hawk tries to fight it back. Yes, he does. But T-Boy gets it done. So, oh, I see lots of carbon fiber flying everywhere, even though I don't see him hitting the walls. I don't know if
Oh,
that
he's
was...
lost his end plate.
Who did?
Giants 14 has lost his end plate.
Oh, it was Giants. I thought it was T-Boy he might have, but Giants has lost it. And, well, the William Charge might be hitting a roadblock because T-Boy has made the move on Tomahawk, and Giants dives into the pits at the very last second. Unbelievable. 7 laps sold. He'll maybe try to get softs to last 10 laps. I think that's possible with lower fuel, and so he will dive into the pits. And Tomahawk is released. Looks like DMZ. I don't know if he can close that gap to Saviso or not. 1.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Big Lovins looks like Giants is still in the pits. This is a long pit stop. He's going to be gritting his teeth. But Big Lovins, who got ambushed earlier on this race, is looking to line up his own bit of ambush on JCOM. He has a fresher set of softs, and JCOM has, well, some fresher set of hards, and generally that usually goes one way. As he is already gaining time, Venom will be looking over his shoulder, no doubt, as he sees the red and white appear in his rearview mirror. Ooh, Jacom sending it up. You can see him locking up his front right tire, losing his rear just a bit. And, well, Big Lovins gets the move done. I don't know if Jacom got distracted for a second. He seemed to been. Almost missed his braking point. Slowed the car down, however. And Big Lovins is P8.
So is Big Lovins going to pit again? Because he has 14. He has to go 14 laps on those softs.
I think he'll try to hang it out. No reason not to. I think he can just make it last, maybe with that lighter fuel load. But it could be a risk. He might be risking a blowout. He's already on the back of Venom, who he needs to pit, Venom does. There's no reason for him to stay out any longer. He's going to have to stop.
He's losing so much time.
You can make a set of softs last. I'll probably pit this lap if I'm not mistaken. Whew, right on the back goes a bit. What deep goes Big Lovins? That was a little wild. Maybe he had
help his soft out.
Goodness
Tire
gracious.
management.
That's right. That's a good point.
All right, well, Owlboy's closing the gap.
It's 2.5. It's 2.4 and dropping. That is impressive. 10 laps to go. This could be a tight finish here if he can maintain his pace. Very, very interesting. Is Venom missing an end plate? Almost seems like he's missing. Nope, he is not. He needs to pit, though. We'll see if he dives in here.
Oh, Owlboy must have really found a couple tenths here, or...
Yeah, wow. Or Country Life is making mistakes because that was half a second right there. And let's see if Venom does pit. Riding the curbs, bumpy ride, and yes, he does. He goes. And softs it will be for him, and Big Lovins will be happy that he won't be caught up behind the Red Bull much longer. 1.5 seconds now, all boy. You got a little bit of help from SP, it looks like, who he just lapped. And they're now in the same picture. The Country Life now knows that there is a charge coming from behind. And he needs to needs to put on his racing helmet and his gloves. So we have a yellow.
He's already almost within a second, so it might be a little too late.
I'm trying to figure out which Haas that was. Looks like it was Campbell who spun on turn 1. Very interesting place to crash. And, well, he lost a few positions because of that. But this is the man we all are looking for. Had a bit of a gap. We doubted his strategy. But 4 laps fresher tires seem to be having a bit of a trick right now. Only 1.5 seconds back.
It's back up. It was down to 1 second. Now it's back up to 1.6.
Maybe Country Life pits.
What?
What? Did he get damage? That's the only thing I can think of is if he damaged his front wing.
I can't. Well, we'll see if he changes his front wing here, but
That's a good point. Let's take a peek here. See if
I
they
don't
have a new
think
front
they
wing
will.
waiting for him. No. That is very strange to me.
I don't get the reasoning behind that. I feel like he could have gone the distance with those. He's gonna filter down into 5th or 6th.
That is a very strange move there by Country Life. He is.
So
Well,
I assume Alboy.
Well, he's
Alboy's
actually
gonna
third.
take those-
so he only lost. Let me see. He lost. He's now 16 seconds behind. He does have fresh tires, but he'll have to make up 2 seconds a lap once he gets past Saviso
Well,
here.
He just flew past the Visa there.
Saviso just realized he came out of the pits and didn't even have a chance to defend that. I don't know if Saviso might use DRS to his advantage or Country Life. Yeah, Country Life is already down the road. Those softs are tremendous right now. Those fresh softs are tremendous. T-Boy, however, and DMZ are not so far apart. They're, in fact, right beside each other. And I think DMZ is missing an end plate, however, on his right side. And that will, yes he is, that will make him fall victim to T-Boy. And Tomahawk will look to get past as well. So, Country Life, 16 seconds back with 8 laps to go. I don't think... Oh, it's Allboy pits too? What is happening?
Are these mediums just flying apart?
Thomas was telling us about no, there's no way because there's no way a 7-lap-old medium would be bad since he took a soft 10 laps earlier. I have no idea what's happening.
Well, Country Life is going to be even farther in the lead now. He's going to have, I think he's going to have his 4-second gap back.
This is wild.
But what a charge by T-Boy. He's made up 7 positions. Well, 6 now that Alboy comes back out.
And
But
T-Boy now is behind Saviso. Saviso is wondering what's going on, that these guys are coming out of the pits with fresh softs right behind me. And now they'll get past. So 3-second gap. We'll see. Maybe Allboy won't be caught up all that much. He'll get the DRS, going for the bit of a switchback. If hopefully he gets that. I don't know exactly where that detection point is. We'll see what happens. Who will have the DRS assistance?
Savisa's going to get DRS.
Oh,
this is great for Country Life.
That was a bad bit of strategy there by Allboy. He should have just sat behind and waited, gained a bit of time in the DRS. Well, the switchback might happen there by the AlphaTauri, and yes, it is. That extra grip does the deed, and Allboy escapes.
It doesn't matter. That gave Country Life another 1.5 seconds to run away. So,
yikes indeed. But T-Boy,
this has completely equalized the tire disadvantage that Country Life had. So now it's
that's very
even
strange.
Steven. Looks like SP retired.
I agree. I don't know who is being Allboy's strategy or engineer in his ear, but he needs to get fired quickly.
Jeff.
Jeff or whoever else it is. That or he has a bad friends. Who knows? Maybe T-Boy is just trying to hope he can catch up.
Country Life has hacked his Discord server and feeding him false information.
Oh, my. You have a yellow flag. It looks like a racing point of SP who's DNF'd in the pits. So he is out of the race. Unfortunate indeed. Looks like Giants also pits. So his day was going well, and now it seems to be going quite badly. Let's see if T-Boy can get the move down on Saviso. Not quite close enough, it seems. 6 laps to go. Still for that gap. As AlphaTauri makes a big dive and into the wall. Oh, T-Boy. Oh, T-Boy. That's not what we want to see. But we do want to see it on replay. Oh! Into the wall. Oh, boy. Come on, man. Too impatient. He had 6 laps left. Why did you hit the wall? Hopefully, you'll see if he can hang on. 10-second gap to JCOM, who has hards. He might be able to make it last, but it could be tough. But Tomahawk. It's on the back of DMZ now, as Civiso pits, actually. So, T-Boy, the guy ahead of you pitted. You could have had a free position. Oh, boy. It was a 16-second gap, though. I can't imagine a 16-second gap would have dropped, especially the way Owlboy was driving. That would have been a very impressive feat, in my opinion, but who knows? Who knows what could have happened? And Civiso does come out ahead of DMZ, who goes wide. All 3 of these cars have very fresh softs, so 2-stop seems to be the way everyone's going. The other yellow flag, that's the Haas of Campbell again, who he loves to spin in that spot. That's the second time he's spun at that exact same section of track. And he'll get back up and running here. Well, 5 laps left. Only 1 retirement so far, which is pretty impressive, especially considering we're here at Vietnam. And the action's still very, very, very tight down here. I mean, let's actually go on board here with Venom. There's a great opportunity to overtake Campbell's Soup, who I said spun earlier.
We just added the soup on.
Well, I think that's his name in Discord, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yep, as Venom will get that move done quite nicely. Let's go back on board here with Tomahawk, who is right behind DMZ, who's right behind Civiso. And
yeah, so this just gave DMZ a chance at a podium. He's only has 1 lap older softs. He just has to let... Oh, and Civiso got a penalty.
Indeed. He has to get past JCOM, though. That's the key.
Yeah, well, he has 13 lap old hard, so I don't think that's going to be difficult. They've already made it 3 seconds.
They're fighting, and they made up half a second in 2 corners.
So if DMZ is smart here, he's just going to... Unless he has a surefire pass, easy peasy, then he's going to just sit behind Civiso. But that could... Well, Tomahawk has a penalty too, so...
Yep. But they both need to get past JCOM, though, which shouldn't be too hard, but they need to do it cleanly. So yes, strategy is in play here for DMZ. If he plays it right, he's in a good spot. Civiso's happy to pick up the DRS assistance to defend with JCOM, and JCOM suddenly has 3 cars right behind him. And let's go on board here with Civiso, who I think is probably a bit of a brave driver. He'll try to stick it around the outside of the Haas. Will he get it done? No, he won't. Meanwhile, DMZ, this is not where you want to be, my friend. Oh my, that was close. DMZ squeaks past. That was not smart, I would say.
That's not the strategy I was talking about 2 minutes ago. Throw it into the S's and hope no one crosses your front wing and runs over it. Good grief. But hey, he's ahead. What can I say? If he wants to go all out, so be it.
Oh, and JCOM might be ambushed here. Civiso is looking to get involved. Let's go with Tomahawk. We get a good angle of this. DMZ is already disappearing. Wheel to wheel, Civiso and JCOM. They touch just a bit. Civiso will get past, and I think Tomahawk should as well if he has the juice. Actually, JCOM coming back, and Civiso has the inside line, making those hard tires work as hard as they can. Wheel to wheel, he backs out. Meanwhile, Tomahawk tries to sneak it around the outside, up the inside. Bit of a touch there from JCOM on Civiso. Yeah. And Tomahawk sneaks through. Poor JCOM. Man, 3 corners, 3 cars go by. And DMZ does have that spot. However, Civiso crucially there, actually, I would argue. Was able to get past JCOM, get that DRS assistance, and now will have that podium position as they touch wheels and hit wheels
And
again.
bang wheels.
Side by side, they bang their tires. And I think Saviso will just hang on for P3. Actually, yeah, Saviso will get past DMZ for P3. Even though he has that time penalty. DMZ should just take it easy here, but I don't think he's going to take that advice. All over the road, almost moments away from ending up into a barrier. Oh boy. Oh, and he now slides as he gets his front tire onto the curb. This could be interesting if he's not careful. And Tomahawk, wow, he made a mistake because Treviso's disappearing up the road, and Tomahawk isn't disappearing from his rearview mirror.
DMZ needs to be careful here. He cannot fall out of DRS from Saviso, or he's just gonna get eaten alive by Tomahawk.
It's close. It's close, but
maintain.
Tomahawk has the jump on him though. DMZ is not in a good spot here. Outside of the corner, however, that will switch to the inside as they come into it. He's hanging it in there. Williams tries to go around the long way. How will this work out? Even if he has the lead here, I think the Williams will have the DRS assistance. And DMZ, well, the fighting is now 2 seconds back of Saviso. Must be using ERS because he's gaining just a bit even before the DRS opens up, but it has opened up now. DMZ forcing Tomahawk to the outside. Oh! It's a bit of a touch, but DMZ gets robbed, and Tomahawk up into P4 now.
He still can get the podium place, but it's going to be so much harder for him. He can come back at Tomahawk here.
I think he has a chance because Saviso has 5 seconds. Tomahawk has 3.
He needs to, first of all, he needs to be listening to the stream here. And listening to what I'm saying, because he just needs to sit right behind him, behind Tomahawk, without fighting him, and just wait till the last lap and overtake him.
I agree with you there, but I don't know if he has the stream on, or will care to listen to your advice in the second place. So, T-Boy, meanwhile, will look to get past JCOM as well, who's losing positions like crazy, but only 2 laps to survive.
Oh. I say that, and Tomahawk is losing time to Saviso, so.
Yikes. That's not good at all. It might be over.
Not good.
But Allboy is now 1.5 behind Country Life as T-Boy gets the move done, it looks like. Grayless, we haven't spoken his name much today outside of the first few laps. He is now behind JCOM as well, as is Big Lovin', so that could be interesting to see. Meanwhile, Giants down here is behind Campbell. This could be very, very interesting over this next lap. Now, Allboy is a second. Under a second to Country Life. Oh, boy. Word. We mocked his decision to pit, but maybe it will work out for him at the last. This could be interesting.
It's the last lap.
Oh, boy. Grayless right on the tail of JCOM. Can't get it done. Giants right on the tail of Campbell. But let's have to go on board here with Allboy and Country Life. We're on the last lap here at Hanoi. These are the top 2. There's Allboy taking all the curb. He is in DRS range. Half a second to Country Life. His nemesis all race long. All night long they've been battling out, and he is hanging back. He isn't going to go for Country Life's trying to let him pass, maybe. They seem to be going so slowly. They're barely moving. Oh, Allboy is licking his lips, but he got on the curb, and that's going to hurt his exit. That was not very smart. Half a second. Will he have the ERS? He has no ERS. He's at 4%. He used it all up. He's at 0 now. The DRS flap is opening it up. Will he get this move?
At 4/10. I don't think
No, he won't. He will not. He thinks of sending it up the inside, locking up his tires. And I told you, he got on the curb on the exit. That cost him to force him to lift just for a split second, and that ruined his overtaking opportunity. And Country Life will hang on, it seems, at the very last.
He just has to not bin it through these last couple corners.
Oh, So
But I say
close.
that.
Oh, no.
Ooh,
All boy went deep. That's
Alboy
it.
got a little bit too
Excited.
aggressive.
Oh, it got
Oh,
way too aggressive.
he
Good thing there
sends
was
it,
anyone behind him. That puts him into
and that's
P2.
it. And Country Life takes the checkered flag. What
Well
a
done.
race!
But DMZ, I think he could still get a podium here. He's within 5 seconds
Oh,
of Tom Hawk. This could be
it's
so
it's
close. He needs to nail this S section.
down to 4/10.
Oh, he has 4. Yes, this is
3/10.
close. He's gaining though. It's Tom Hawk. Oh,
2/10. It's down to
oh
1/10.
my! I don't know. He needs to nail it.
Oh.
Not just a
No,
bit. No, will it work out for DMZ?
he got
Yes,
it.
it does by a tenth of a second.
1/10.
Woo!
Oh my word! This is the closest top 3
J-Com
finish.
manages to stay in P7. Well done from him. Giants will stick behind Venom here. He'll have a time penalty anyway, so this isn't going to matter all that much. Even though it technically would be a 4-point spot. Will he try to go up the inside? Oh, Giants. Not what you needed. And Campbell will drive past. Oh, boy. And little Connie. Well, what can you say? Unfortunate. From the start. From the very first lap of qualifying, it didn't go well for him. And that is the end of the preseason race. Well, that was exciting. I will say that was some great action. Driver of the day is T-Boy, and that I think just goes to show that's what we'll be able to see all season long in Division 3. These guys will be battling it out for sure. And this should be exciting stuff. Eric, we are Alliant Motorsports Americas. We are part of the Alliant Motorsports group. You can look up our website at alliantmotorsports.com and get links to all of the Discords. We have regions in Europe, late night Europe, Asia, and Americas. As Country Life takes the win, All Boy close P2, DMZ squeaks the podium ahead of Saviso and Tomahawk. What a fight it was. T-Boy is P6, J-Con, Big Lovins, Grayless, Venom are the top 10. Campbell, Toasty, Giants, Lil Connie, and SP. SP was our lone DNF for the evening. Lil Connie didn't have much luck here at Vietnam. That's unfortunate for him, but I think we'll have much more luck in this upcoming season. All right, I think that's all I have for this evening. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed that. Make sure to tune in on our Twitch channel, Alliant Motorsports, starting the 31st for Alliant Motorsports America's Division 1 and Division 4 that evening. Beyond that, go ahead and over to our Twitch right now to catch the last few laps of our final F2 championship. That will be definitely something to watch. Beyond that, that's all I have. Thank you guys enough. Best of luck. Have a great weekend, and we will definitely see you next time.